Good evening, everyone. Hey. We're I stumbled through that. Good evening, everyone.
Hey,
we're Tabletop Royale. We're playing Inuyasha. We're not talking about any breaking Keyforge news.
No.
We're gonna talk. We're doing our card game Necromancy, and we're starting a little bit early, so we can power through this because I think this game actually plays pretty quickly, and it's a relatively simple game. I did want to at least cover Inuyasha as a franchise just a little bit, just as a background information. This card game came out in 2004, 2005.
Okay. What was the show?
The show, so the original, let's back up. Let's start at the very beginning. Okay. Rumiko Takahashi is the name of the creator of Inuyasha. She was the lead writer on it, and she's actually... Rumiko Takahashi is noteworthy because she is one of the most successful manga and anime creators of all time.
Okay, yeah.
She's actually won awards in multiple different countries. She's won an Eisner Award for like Lifetime Achievement. She won like an award in France that they award to people for lifetime achievements and stuff like that. She's won like a national Japanese medal.
Kind of a big deal.
Yeah. So she started writing manga in like 1978, and so she might be retired now, but she turned 65 not that long ago. So she's achieved about all you can achieve, and just
that is maximum manga writing achievements.
Yeah. I'm sure she didn't do it by herself, because the manga industry, the manga and anime industries in Japan are kind of, from talking to people who aren't like lead creatives, it's kind of like a mill. You just grind through people, kind of like the video game industry in America. You grind through creative talent and you run people away just because it's designed to make money over anything else. So the fact that she was able to just power through that and keep going is probably a testament.
Okay, so just making sure that's on.
Making sure the card game's on. Okay.
Cards.
Inuyasha, the manga, started in 1996. She started Inuyasha after she finished up Ranma 1/2. Why are you showing not Inuyasha?
This thing's so cute. I gotta fix also the autofocus.
And this actually isn't the first Rumiko Takahashi card game. There was a card game that was published in 1996. Called Annie Mayhem.
Oh yeah, I remember that game.
And Annie Mayhem actually combined a lot of different other franchises.
It had DBZ stuff in it. That's why I wanted to get it.
So apparently the DBZ stuff is what caused the downfall of the game, because the DBZ stuff came out and was so much more powerful that it completely trivialized all of the other characters.
Did we break these decks up by accident, or is this all from that deck?
This is all from this deck. Yes, I have been paying attention.
I have not.
You have not been paying attention. That came from that deck. Yes. All right. But anyway. Ranma, I believe, was in Annie Mayhem.
That makes sense.
And this game is produced by Score, which I don't believe exists anymore. I think they're long gone. But Score did publish a Dragon Ball Z game that I think came out in like 1998. And Score produced a number of other card games. They kind of, I guess, jumped in on the anime bandwagon as it kind of like rose to popularity in the mid-aughts. So Inuyasha came out in America on Adult Swim for the most part, and so that's where a lot of the American audience is familiar with it. So, all right, this game. So there's only 4 types of cards in this game.
Okay,
and these starters don't come with the 4th.
Okay.
There are locations.
That's not
uncommon.
Uncommon, right? We've seen that a lot of times.
Yeah, so there are locations that exist in this game that have effects if they're played, but you have characters. Now, here is the titular character here, Inuyasha. You'll notice real quick just a couple of things. So, cards in this game are and I'll put Kagome up next to him right there. That's everybody can ship them. But you'll notice just there's not a whole lot of stats in this game. You have numbers on the side here, and there's actually these colors are actually relevant. And I have no idea if these colors are actually colorblind.
Yeah.
I don't know necessarily.
This is doubtful, right?
You've got you do have red and green as different attributes, and that's usually a bad sign for colorblind
But
compliance.
that green isn't being chroma keyed.
Oh, there you go.
And I don't know. That has nothing to do with colorblindness. I just think it's cool.
Yeah. So then, you've got different stats, and these colors are actually represent different stats. Nowhere in the rulebook, and this is the rulebook.
Say like what they are. They're just colors.
This is the rules that came with this starter right here. Okay, it's a one sheeter. Okay, very quick. One of the remarkable things about this game is that somehow there's very little info about this game online. Like if you go to Board Game Geek, one of the top posts is nobody has anything about this game online.
We got this. We got this Gen Con last year, right?
The previous Gen Con, yeah. So that's where we picked this up. So these stats right here, these actually tell you how powerful you are in combat. And this cost right here is the deck cost to play a card, and I'll get into costs once we actually start shuffling up. You have a number of attributes right here. These are like keywords. I will say that these cards are actually smaller than regular cards. I have a flesh and blood card right here. Okay. We'll put a flesh and blood card underlaid to show you. This is like Yu-Gi-Oh size, right? So this is like one of the few other games that existed that you've got a couple millimeter differences between them. So this was like a Yu-Gi-Oh size cards, and that was just because Score looked at that and was like, people like Yu-Gi-Oh! I guess we'll make our cards the same size.
You can't feel it, but the material of these feels really bad. It's like...
you do feel like you're going to snap these cards in half at any given time, but that's just true of Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards.
It's like a trading card, and more so like a baseball card, right?
Yeah, right.
It's closer to a baseball card than a CCG.
Yeah, and so... characters have traits. The starter decks don't really care about the traits, but like say Inuyasha gets bonus power for every demon and human in play. You gotta actually look at traits of characters and stuff like that for this ability to actually do anything. And then down here is like the rarity of the card. So this is like a 3 rarity Inuyasha, and this is like a 2 rarity Kagome. So I think this is like an uncommon. 1 was common. I think there were 4s and 5s. Score used to have like Score had really predatory.
I see. So
monetizing.
This is 3 rare Sesshomaru.
Yes,
right there, the bottom right. Okay.
But I think this symbol right here is the set that it's from. I think these starter decks came in the second set.
I will say, like, the graphic design of this game is not bad, and
it's not bad. No. I do think
a lot of things right. A lot of things are in good places.
I was going to say, I think some of this
the art is full.
I think some of the screen caps aren't amazing, right? The Inuyasha card I think is particularly egregious, right? Because you have like all this glowing yellow over here. It's clearly supposed to be part of an action shot, but without the context of what's happening, it's kind of difficult just to kind of determine. Now, there were multiple versions of characters printed in this game, which I think is a good compromise if you want super powerful versions. Chat may be working now. If you asked questions a moment ago, I don't think chat was working. So,
what's up, Tony?
But hey, how's it going? Good evening. Anyway, this game, not terribly complicated.
Chat died everywhere. Whoa, that's crazy.
No.
Twitch chat
actual dead.
That is very scary.
But yeah, all the characters from the anime were put into this game. There were 6 or 7 sets, and there was like some organized play promos that existed as well.
Okay.
I should go back to explaining these are your combat stats, right? So, right, in this example, if Kagome and Inuyasha are fighting, Kagome will win if they're fighting in blue, because she has a 5, and Inuyasha only has a 3.
You mentioned the forms above each color are different, so that would help the colorblind. It's a good point. Very good point.
Yes, there are. I think these are actually supposed to represent some sort of attributes or something, but nowhere.
Combat forms. They're like so. One's like archery. One is some some crane stance.
Yeah, I think these are supposed to be representative. So
Ninja stuff.
Yeah, no telling.
We got some kicks.
There are there's red, which is here's a shippo for anybody who likes annoying dog children. We've got Moroku here for anybody who likes lecherous Buddhist monks. But
Ninjutsu, Taijutsu.
Yeah, I don't think it's quite like Naruto where they broke it down into different things and it's an important part of the story about how Broccoli doesn't know ninjutsu or whatever, right? This is, I think these are different types of attributes. And
did you say broccoli, like the delicious vegetable?
This rulebook does say, "Hey, go check out these advanced rules at Inuyasha TCG," and I did not go there. I should have seen if the domain was for purchase.
We should have seen if it was for purchase, and also if it was on the Wikipedia or the
the Wayback Machine.
Yeah.
So, all right, now these decks, I believe, one of the deck construction rules were that you couldn't have good characters and evil characters in the same deck.
Okay, so this is evil.
That's the evil deck. I don't know if you want to play the evil deck or if you want to play the good deck. All right, but we're just going to shuffle up.
Okay.
These decks are basically three. It's these are 55 cards, and there are a lot of copies of the same cards. So they have a lot of consistency, but I don't think you get a full overview of the game necessarily, right? Deck construction rules are also crazy because you can apparently include any number of copies of a card in the deck, unless the card itself says restrictions on it.
That's wild.
Yeah.
But you didn't read the advanced rules.
I didn't read. Well, they may not exist. They may not exist anymore. So, yeah, we're gonna end up shuffling, or we're gonna flip a coin to see who goes first. We'll use our traditional D100. I have a 44.
It's tails. 43. It's
okay,
also tails.
All right.
Inconclusive.
All right. So we draw 5.
5.
Yeah. Both players take the top 5 cards. And then you... and these are actually our shards. Okay.
My shards.
So, yeah, these are the shards of the Shikan Jewel, which is the MacGuffin in the game, right? Sorry.
I guess they can be partially off camera if they're just chilling.
Yeah. They're just up here. Okay. Now, kind of like Pokemon prizes.
Thanks, Stormstar, for the sub.
Appreciate
Pirated
that.
movie today. I gave it 3.14. I pirated a movie today.
Pirated.
You should have capitalized pi.
Yeah.
The one time a month we're required to read Storm's chat messages. Just
now,
like that. Thank you, Storm.
We're going to draw another 5 cards each. And these are our hands. Then the mulligan rules in this game are you can take these if you don't like them, and you can swap them out with your shards. So I'm going to keep mine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like all of them or none?
You decide. If you don't like these, you swap it out with the shards, but you get 1 mulligan, basically.
This is fine. What's up, Zach?
Zach, how's it going?
All right, so what now?
Yeah, I'll keep my hand. All right, so now for this turn, I'm the active player and you're the opposing player, and at the end of the turn, we'll swap roles. So the active player goes first, and then the opposing player goes. But we take the turns are I act in a phase, then you act in a phase. So I start by drawing 3, you draw 3.
Draw 3?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, we win if we have all 10 Shikan Jewel shards. We have assembled the Shikan Jewel. We've collected all 7 Dragon Balls. We've done whatever it was that would end the anime or manga that we're watching and or reading. Except our corporate overlords understand that we make too much money, and thus some plot device is always introduced to prevent us from ever actually finishing. So, anyway, they sit right here. All right, now...
only 10 Shikan Jewels is only 1 season? Are you an Inuyasha expert?
All right, so I am going to play... So, now, the active player, I can play 2 cards I can play up to 2 character cards.
Okay.
So I'm going to start by playing Moroku. The first one.
I like the end of every episode. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I see.
Now, Moroku's deck cost is 3.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I only told you one of the win conditions. The other win condition is if we go to draw a card and we can't.
Okay. Then you lose.
You lose.
Okay.
So, the deck cost there is 3, so I have to mill 3 cards to play Moroku.
Okay.
Moroku says, you cannot use card effects to discard any priests or priestesses that I control. And Moroku gains +1 red for each priest or priestess in play. So Moroku is actually 6 red right now. And then I am going to play... may as well play Inuyasha. Deck cost of 2, so discard 2. If I lose with Inuyasha in play, then this game is garbage. Alright, now I can also put a location card into play. We don't have those. They would just kind of affect everyone. And then we can attach items to characters. So items, I believe, are ones that are going to have red bars on the side, and they'll usually say attached character games, whatever, right? So I don't actually have any items right now. So
okay.
All right, but that's it. All right, now you can play up to 2 characters.
Okay, I'm going to play this Weasel Demon.
Weasel Demon.
And it says, when Weasel Demon steals a jewel shard, search your discard pile for an item card and attach it to a demon.
He's stealing.
Yeah, I don't have any
stealing items.
And then I'll play this person for 2.
Hightown.
I do like the templating in art. It's definitely good for its time as opposed to really bad, like most of the games we've played.
Like I said, did I pay for Inuyasha? Yes, I paid 5.
Is 5? Oh, 5 total, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so Hidden says if Manton is in play, Hidden gains +1 to white, red, and purple.
Okay. All right, so one thing that has to be noted is that for a character to gain a bonus in a stat or color, they have to have that stat.
Okay, yeah.
So if you try to give somebody +1 to something they don't have, they don't gain it, right? So... Alright, so Inuyasha gains +1 black for each demon in play and +1 white for each human in play.
So, can I play an item also, or is
you can play an item, yes.
So in addition to the characters?
Yep, yeah. And characters can only have 1 item attached to them, so...
Alright, so I'll give Hitten these valuables, which gives them +1 to all colors.
Oh, okay. Alright. Alright, but Manton is not in play.
Right.
So Hitten
is...
is...
+1 all.
Yeah, is... Okay. Alright, so now we go to the battle phase. So we take alternate actions, and I go first since I'm the active player. So each player may only do 1 of the 4 following actions. So you can play an event. So there are some events that will basically say that you can play this in battle.
Okay.
You can use and activated effects. There are characters who, in this game, you don't tap, you expend by flipping all the way around.
You weren't allowed to tap.
Yeah, you're not allowed. This is 2000. This is peak Wizards cracking down on the phrase tapping. So you could expend a character by flipping them 180 degrees. So there are some characters that expend to do things.
Okay.
And you can attack or you can pass. And if we both pass, that ends the phase. That ends, and then we go to one last step, and then the next turn begins.
Okay.
All right. So, I'm going to attack. So I may attack one of your characters. And so each character is going to have 3 colors. So I'm going to choose which of my characters is attacking which of your characters. So I'm going to have Moroku attack Hidden, and I choose the color. So I'm going to choose purple.
Okay. And
then we have to make sure there's nothing that stops this attack from happening, which I don't think these decks have anything to really worry about. So then I expend my attacking character, so I turn it 180 degrees, and if there's a matching color between the attacking and defending characters, or if I'm attacking you directly, right? So if if I have if both of us have
If you have a
characters
color that I don't have any of.
yeah, so I could attack like Inuyasha could attack you in blue, and you don't have anything,
So
so
it's not opposed.
I just attack you
Okay.
directly. Yeah. All right. So use any effects or any events, and then we compare the two colors, and then defeat the character if the attacking color value equals or exceeds the defending color value.
Okay.
So tie goes to the attacker.
Okay.
So the purple is greater than your purple, which is 3, so 6-3. So your character is defeated.
Okay.
Your character is flipped face down.
What happens to the item on them?
The item is flipped face down as well.
Okay.
You do get to keep that. And then I steal a shard if you defeat your opponent's character.
Okay.
So I will steal one, and I'll try to keep your
Just
stuff.
Yeah, if you just like move them to the side, right?
Yeah.
It's just like a slider.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. And there you go. So use any when you steal a shard effects. So, all right. So Moroku beats up that demon, and that's that.
All right. So I can have Weasel Demon attack Inuyasha at 2. In the gray, I mean.
So Inuyasha is +1 for each human in play.
Oh, so is he?
So I've got so when you're defeated, you don't have any.
He's not in play anymore.
Not considered in play.
Well, it would still be 4-4.
It would be 4-4. Yeah, Inuyasha is a human, and Moroku is a human. So Inuyasha would lose to this punk ass.
Yeah, take him out.
Weasel. You steal the shard, and if you had an item in your discard pile, the Weasel will get it back for you.
Yeah, I don't.
All right.
Okay.
Okay, and I pass. I don't have anything else to do.
Okay.
You?
So what now?
All right, so we both pass. We move to the recovery phase. So I have to save or kill any characters in play. Now, I've got Inuyasha. I can discard an Inuyasha from my hand to save Inuyasha. So he lives.
I am going to play this card that says, play only during the recovery phase. Play this card when your opponent would save a character. Give your opponent a jewel shard to stop his or her character from being, or they from saving that character.
Okay.
I'll give you this.
Inuyasha is
To
dead!
make sure that Inuyasha dies forever. I don't have a way to save hidden, so.
Okay, so hidden explodes. All right.
And then these refresh.
These refresh, yep.
I am active.
And so the turn ends. Active player is now the player to that person's left. So, yeah.
I draw 3 cards.
Yep. I'll draw
You
3.
cards. It's that easy.
Yep, basically.
Okay. I'm gonna play Jackin.
Okay. You did flip 2.
It's 2. Okay, and then I keep playing, right?
Yep.
I'm gonna play Sesshomaru.
Uh-oh.
Cost 3. I milled through 2 Sesshomarus to play this one. And it's only 2 things, right?
Correct.
Okay, so I'm done.
All right. I am...
So when Sesshomaru steals a jewel shard, draw a card.
Yeah, it's
Discard
pretty good.
Sesshomaru if you control Inuyasha. This says if you control Sesshomaru, no player can discard any attached items you control.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. I am going to play Kakome!
Cool.
And then I am going to play Hachi.
Hachi. Alright. So what Kagome do?
Alright, so Kagome says, when Kagome attacks, you may look at one card from the top card of your deck for each of your defeated characters in play to put those on the top or bottom in any order. So, if you beat up a bunch of my people, Kagome can kind of, do some scrying for me.
I see.
And then Hachi here, Moroku's friend, I can expend Hachi to play a character from my hand during battle.
Ah, okay, that sounds really good.
So yeah, he can start putting characters into play for me. So.
I see. Okay.
All right.
So I will. So I can start out. I'll have Jackin attack in red. This guy.
So he does have Moroku gains +1 for each priest or priestess in play.
Okay, so I won't do that.
So
have,
priestess and priest here. So he's 7 red currently.
I'll have Sesshomaru attack him in black.
Okay, well,
3.
he certainly is losing the crap out of that fight. Yeah, so he loses. He is defeated.
So still a jewel shard.
Yep.
And I draw a card.
Yep.
Bam. Okay.
All right, and Sesshomaru is exhausted.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm gonna expend Hachi to play Sengo, the Demon Slayer.
Demon Slayer.
Actually, maybe it's not wise to put her into play. Nah, that's fine. Here she comes.
You just pay for it, right?
It says to play a character. So play is mill.
Yeah.
All right. She gets +3 to all colors when attacking a demon, and when she defeats a demon, draw 2 cards.
What?
So
that's so. Can you attack now?
No, I believe
That was
my
her
action.
action?
Is to expend him to play though.
So can I take her out? So I can do attacking gray.
Okay. Yeah, then I'll get her.
Okay.
Unless no, that gets her.
Haircut just with no sleeves is my waifu. I've arrived.
So you do steal a shard. All right, and then Kakome is going to attack. Jockin.
Okay.
For in green.
Splorch. So you get that.
Yeah, I'll steal a shard. All right, so when she attacks, I may look at one card.
Oh yeah.
I may look at one card from the top of the deck.
Valuables.
For each of my defeated characters. I have 2 defeated characters right now. I can put these on top or bottom.
Oh, did I get a shard? Did I steal a shard for his?
You did.
I did. Okay.
Yeah. I was +2,
Okay.
or I was +1
You're
on this
+1.
turn, and so we're now even because you stole 1 and stole again. I guess that's fine. I guess these are actually both fine. Leave those right there. I'll put this on bottom. Okay. Okay, that's that. So now we go to the defeated phase.
Okay.
Sorry, the recovery phase.
This guy.
All right, so keep it jocking around. Unfortunately, both of these characters are dead. So goodbye. And ready up. Okay, and then next turn, I'll draw 3.
Is the drawing simultaneous, or is it first player then?
I draw 3, then you draw.
Okay,
3.
so like if you were lower on deck, that would matter.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Why do I have a card in my deck that says discard a location for play?
I don't know. It's a great question. Ask whoever designed these decks.
Bro. Come on.
All right, so I'm going to play Kikyo. Spend 3.
Yo.
When she defeats a demon, you may draw a card. And if she is defeated by a demon, I discard a card from my hand.
Oh.
And then I'm going to play Kaede for 2. And she gets +1 red for each demon your opponent controls. So you got quite a few demons there.
Yeah.
And I can play one. I can play one thing. All right, I'm gonna give Kagome the first shard, which is an item that says she gets +1 to all colors.
Okay, I'm gonna play Naraku. Now I have to remove 5 evil demons from my discard pile to play it.
Okay, yeah, you definitely got
2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, you definitely got that many.
When Naraku steals a jewel shard, your opponent shuffles his or her hand into his or her deck and then draws that same number of cards.
Okay,
So that's cool. Can I play a character with the same name? Like I have another.
Is it unique?
Animal, demon, evil. Oh, it says unique. I see.
Yeah.
I see. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll play another weasel.
Yeah, you only have to do that if they are unique. Oh my, I'm covered in weasels.
And then I can play the attachments, right?
Yes, yeah. Each character can only have one attachment, but yes, you can play the attachments. So.
I'll play those valuables on here and these valuables on here.
Oh boy.
So +1 to all stats. Okay.
All right. Well.
Camera. This is the battle line. You're good.
Okay. All right. So, I am going to. All right. So this attack matters pretty greatly here. I guess Kikyo is going to.
What was this thing?
She has +1 to all of her stats. Kikyo is going to attack Sesshomaru in white, so 3-3.
Okay.
So expend her, and when she defeats a demon, I get to draw a card. And I will steal a shard. So now I have to shuffle my hand to the deck, right?
It's when he steals one.
Okay. All right, go ahead.
So I'll have Naraku fight Kagome in green. She 5 green?
Yes, she's currently 5 green.
Okay.
All right, well, and she is beaten.
Dead.
Dead.
So I steal one, now you reshuffle.
All right, so I've got 6 cards that are going to get shuffled into my deck. Does it say shuffle?
Shuffle, yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
all right.
Yep. Because if it was discard and draw, it would be insane, right?
Yeah, it would be absolutely bonkers. So he's already pretty good because you're like milling stuff that you've already
he's
spent.
Kind of free.
All right, there you go. All right, so I had 6 cards, right?
Yeah.
Drawn 6. All right, so Kaede is going to fight Jockin there, I think. She has +1 red for each demon you control, which I believe is 4 demons,
4,
right? So yeah, she'll beat him to death. I will steal a shard back.
So I'll have a Weasel Demon fight there in purple.
In purple? Okay, well, Kikyo is defeated. I have to actually discard a card because when she is defeated, this is what she says. If she's beaten by a demon, I have to discard. All right, so Hachi is going to Hachi's going to put Moroku into play, so I'll mill myself 3.
Okay, so my Weasel Demon cannot take out Moroku.
That's correct, yeah.
But so if I attack in so I can still attack exhausted characters. Though.
Correct.
So there's
correct,
that,
yeah.
right? Or I could do. So if I want to do attack in gray, but you don't have any ready characters, is it undefended, or do I have to attack a character?
It would be undefended, yeah.
Okay. But I think I'm still better off just gray attack there.
Yeah, it's white.
Yeah. So 4-2.
All right, yeah, he's toast, and you steal a shard.
No items. Okay.
All right. Moroku is going to fight Roku.
Yeah.
In purple, so 6-6.
Okay.
And I'll steal a shard back.
Okay.
All right.
That's it.
Okay. Now the slaughter begins. So I have wherever Kikyo is, I can save her. There she is.
Sure about that?
No. Okay. All right. So, but you give me a shard at least.
Yeah, I give you a shard.
And then Kagome dies. You sure have killed a lot of characters that have names.
You killed a bunch of mine just now too. So.
And you're left with some stinky weasels.
Yeah. Okay.
All
so
right.
I am first.
Yeah, I'll draw 3.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna play Manton.
Oh no.
Bald Demon for 2. If hidden as in
Excuse
play,
me?
Manton is not affected by your opponent's events.
Okay. You play 2 characters? You play.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna play hit.
Oh no. Plus
Uh,
1 white, red, and purple.
Plus
okay.
1 to white,
The
red,
stats,
purple,
yeah. Okay. I guess I'm gonna play Shippo.
This game feels like the design process stopped in the
I
middle of it.
yeah.
Because there's like kind of a game here.
And then they're like, ship it.
Yeah.
Now, granted, we don't have
We don't have the full game,
we
right?
don't have the full set. Actually, knew somebody who had a good chunk of it because they were Inuyasha super fans. So I believe I did see all of like the first set, and there was actually Kagome's like high school buddies. I thought was like probably a competitive deck because they all buffed each other,
Oh god.
and so it was like this clique
It was
of
like unkillable.
it was like this clique of high school girls that just ridicule your opponent to death. I think so.
You left the house wearing that?
Yeah. So when played, you may search your discard pile for an item and put it in your hand. So I'll put the first shard back in my hand. And then I will play Sango. Discarding 3.
Plus 3 to all colors when attacking a demon. When Sango attacks defeats a demon, draw 2 cards. Okay.
And I will give I guess I'll give Sango the first shard for that.
Okay.
Alright. And it is your turn.
Attack Sango red.
I'll get you one of these days.
Yeah.
Alright, she's done. Steal your shard.
Mine.
Kaede is going to fight in purple Manton. 3 to. Alright, I'll steal the shard back.
You got it. Okay. So I don't have any good attacks now. Maybe. Clearly left all her friends behind to live with Inuyasha in the past, even though he had no life and no connections back there, and she could have just as easily had him live with her in the modern times. Cringe. Cringe. Is there any action with the shards besides pushing them back and forth? I assume in the main game or like with more cards there probably are.
Justin has played a card a couple of times where he gives me a shard to kill one of my characters.
Like a cost kind of thing.
So yeah. But yeah, there's unlike Pokemon where the shards are kind of like a catch-up mechanic.
It's a gray attack or a white attack there.
Right there? Okay. Boom, I got you! Overpowered. Play when attacked. Your attacked character gains +2 white. Limit 1 per attack.
All right.
I have
So
5
then
white.
you defeat me. Right?
I don't. Let me double check. I actually don't think that happens. So, defeat the character if the attacking color value equals or exceeds. You don't defeat attacking characters with lower color values than the defending.
Okay.
So, expend your attacking character.
It sounds like combat tricks like that are way more important
Yeah.
to have, right? So that
Right.
everything isn't just like I compare stuff on the board and I see clearly that I've won.
Yeah. So that's that.
Okay.
That's it. I saved my character. All right. Then Shippo is going to. Shippo is going to fight this weasel.
Okay.
In green. Is defeated. I will steal a shard. All right, yours.
That's it.
Moroku is going to fight Hinton in purple. I will steal a shard. My named characters are slowly turning.
Yeah, it's like a
the
win
tide.
more mechanic in Pokemon because you get your prize as you defeat a character.
Yeah, the what's it's called? Duel Masters did it better. Duel Masters, you had shields. You had 5 shields. And so when your opponent attacked you and they broke one of your shields, you got to draw it. And there were cards that had shield triggers on them where if it was a shield trigger, you could play it.
That's pretty cool.
So you're like incentivized to include some number of those in your. And one of them is like bounce a creature, right?
Yeah.
So it's like they attack you, they had to spend resources to put something to play. It's like, okay, you bounce that. So yeah, it's
I like that. Okay.
All right. Okay,
Slaughter.
that's that. Who is this? Sango? No, gone.
I do have to save. Or Weasel.
Weasel?
Yeah.
Okay. Keeping the weasels around. Alright, so I draw 3. I have 1 card left in my deck. I literally can't play a character or I die. So I don't. I play no characters. Go ahead.
Sweet. I'll play Jackin. 2. And Demons. Demons. It says if I control one or more unique demons you control get +1 black and +1.
Ooh, okay.
He's the only one that
yeah, okay.
has that color,
that cares about those, yeah.
Yeah. So match also you play with a set named Shadow Clash of Blinding Night.
Yeah.
That's
Well, and there was
cool.
also the Duel Master set called Evo Crushionators of Doom. All right. So I am gonna have Shippo fight. I have to How do I not lose in this position?
Couldn't tell you.
Okay, I guess I have Shippo fight Jockin in red, and I'm going to play Blades of Blood. Play when attacking to give your character +2 red for that attack. Put the bottom card of my discard pile on the bottom of my deck. Alright, so I won that fight and I steal a shard.
My characters suck.
They're nameless, faceless demons. Evil wins again. Hopefully not. I'm going to try.
I'll attack in gray.
Oh, poor Shippo. Poor
Or white.
Shippo.
That.
Yes, Kaede attacks one of these weasels in purple. Steals a shard back. And it is your go.
So I guess I can white.
Yeah, I can't block.
It's undefended?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then Miroku can fight that demon in black. I steal a shard back, and then I lose when I draw up on the next turn.
There you go.
It's pretty close. Pretty close. I honestly think I lost to you killing my characters because I could save them.
Yeah, that was super good, right?
But yeah, I kind of remember this game coming out and thinking like maybe I want to play this because I had like some friends who were playing at the time, and then like I saw some demos, I kind of like learned it, and I was like, I'm probably gonna skip this.
Yeah.
So
it's like a first experience for the game. That's a terrible starter deck, right?
I mean, so the problem is that
it could play itself.
Yeah, you could design an AI to play this
pretty easily,
right?
But I can see where like mechanics and like events in hand and stuff could make it way more interesting. Combat tricks and stuff.
And the ultra rares in this game are crazy. Like,
I believe it.
They're just it was a score game, so they printed the most absurd stuff for ultra rare because they wanted you to buy box after box to get it.
Makes sense.
But yeah, this game's actually really expensive on the secondary market. The boxes of this, I when I was looking at them, were like $80 to $100, which is basically retail what they were 15 years ago.
It's crazy.
Which is absurd to think about. I feel like this fell into the category of cash grab anime card games, of which there were dozens.
Yeah.
Like when we were thinking about like our Mythos one, in Mythos you want like elder horrors and you want to go do pulp action kind of stuff. And I felt like that delivered. And this feels like...
I feel like you're in the anime. It's just like...
this is like kind of like Pokemon, but like slightly worse.
I'd say a lot worse.
Because like it's even like less strategy than Pokemon, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I think it is interesting that you have like different colors that you try and defend.
I like that idea. And I think that can be expanded upon and it can work. Because that was cool. That was cool.
Yeah. Maybe if like you could substitute stats as like worse versions of other stats. And also there's so much power in the attack in this game.
You get to like be first.
You usually like dictate the flow of combat.
Filler episode, yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean that's just the anime problem, right? Like,
yeah.
We got ahead of the manga, so time for filler.
This was not a filler episode of Card Game Necromancy, though.
Yeah. So there you go. Inuyasha the card game. I guess we'll stop there.
Yes, thanks for watching, everybody.
Thanks for watching Card Game Necromancy.
Have a great night, and goodbye.